Welcome to the Case Study Learning Series in International Business by Skilled MBA. Today's session explores the journey of LeapFive Technology, a rising Chinese startup at the intersection of global supply chain disruption, geopolitical tension, and technological innovation. We'll examine how LeapFive is positioning itself within the global semiconductor sector, leveraging open-source RISC-V architecture, while navigating some of the most difficult headwinds in the modern tech economy. To understand LeapFive's challenges and strategy, we must first appreciate the complexity of the semiconductor supply chain. Design. Fabless companies use electronic design automation, EDA tools, and licensed IP cores to design chips. Fabrication. Chip foundries like TSMC and SMIC use highly advanced nodes to manufacture semiconductors. Packaging. Specialized firms test and assemble the silicon chips into usable products. Distribution. Finally, the chips reach end product manufacturers, who integrate them into everything from smartphones to industrial machinery. Each stage is highly globalized and technologically intensive, with vulnerabilities at every point. Founded by Aglaya Kong in Guangdong, LeapFive is a fabless chip design company focused on the Industrial Internet of Things, IIoT. They utilize RISC-V, an open-source instruction set architecture, to build chips that power connected devices in manufacturing environments, smart factories, and sensor networks. Their primary challenge lies in the fragility of global supply chains, the dominance of Western IP, and the harsh startup mortality rate in China's semiconductor industry. Why RISC-V? It's an open-source architecture, meaning companies can use and modify it freely, avoiding costly licensing from ARM or Intel. Technical benefits. RISC-V's reduced instruction set computing leads to simpler, more efficient chip designs. Strategic advantage. Using RISC-V allows Chinese firms like LeapFive to reduce reliance on Western IP, a critical benefit in today's politicized tech environment. Modularity. LeapFive can tailor chips for specific IIoT applications, improving energy efficiency and performance. LeapFive isn't only dealing with technical barriers, the market itself is volatile. The bullwhip effect in chip supply chains means small changes in end-user demand are magnified at every level of production. Device makers overorder to hedge against shortages. Foundries respond with increased capacity, which later creates gluts and busts. For LeapFive, timing production cycles and inventory is a game of anticipation and survival. Global politics are reshaping the chip landscape. Export controls. The US has restricted the transfer of advanced chip tech and EDA tools to Chinese firms. National security concerns. Chips are now seen as critical assets, leading to more regulations. Supply chain decoupling. Countries are reshoring production or seeking friend-shoring alternatives. LeapFive must now design and operate within a fragmented, politically charged tech economy, where access to tools, foundries, and even customers may depend on diplomatic relations. For fabless startups like LeapFive, the design stage is full of friction. Access to EDA tools is constrained by licensing restrictions. IP cores, the building blocks of chip design, are expensive and politically sensitive. Talent acquisition is a major challenge, with only a limited pool of engineers experienced in semiconductor design. Verification and testing must be exhaustive. Any flaw at this stage can render an entire chip batch unusable. LeapFive must succeed here without the global resources available to giants like Qualcomm or NVIDIA. Even if the design is perfect, manufacturing introduces further obstacles. Limited foundry capacity means long lead times, often months. Advanced nodes, such as 5nm or 7nm, are monopolized by TSMC and Samsung, out of reach for many Chinese firms. Rising costs for raw materials and cleanroom processing squeeze margins. LeapFive must work with second-tier foundries and still deliver world-class chips, an incredibly difficult balancing act. In China's fiercely competitive chip startup ecosystem, only 2% survive. Failures occur due to lack of capital to endure long development cycles, technical barriers such as failed designs or unmet performance benchmarks, inability to access key markets or components. LeapFive must execute flawlessly across technology, funding, and go-to-market strategies to defy these odds. To survive, LeapFive is considering several strategies. Focus on niche 2OT segments. Competing in smaller, underserved industrial sectors may reduce pressure. Strategic partnerships. Forming alliances with domestic foundries, toolmakers, and system integrators to reduce foreign dependence. Secure non-US supply chains, sourcing from India, Southeast Asia, or Middle Eastern partners where possible. Invest in domestic talent pipelines. Building a sustainable R&D team within China is key for long-term independence. Risk-V gives LeapFive several competitive edges. No Western licensing means fewer geopolitical risks. Customizability allows better optimization for power consumption, size, and performance. Community growth. A global developer ecosystem is forming around Risk-V, offering collaborative resources and validation. Cost savings. By avoiding royalty fees, LeapFive can reallocate funds to talent and infrastructure. Despite all the risks, the upside is massive. The global IoT chip market is projected to hit $218 billion by 2027. The industrial IoT segment alone is growing at a CAGR of 24.5%. Over 42 billion connected devices are expected by 2025. If LeapFive captures even a small share of this exploding market, it could achieve sustainable success and market leadership in a niche space. Leadership plays a decisive role in this story. Founder Aglaya Kong brings global experience from Cisco, Google, and other tech leaders. Her understanding of both technical complexity and business strategy gives LeapFive a rare edge. However, leadership must now focus on team building, attracting and retaining rare engineering talent, vision balancing, managing immediate survival while building a long-term innovation roadmap. Her choices in the next 24 months may determine whether LeapFive becomes a national tech champion or another failed footnote. LeapFive's approach to risk includes supply chain, diversification, avoid single-source dependencies, spread production across multiple geographies, technology hedging, maintain flexibility in chip architecture and design flows, always have a plan B, financial resilience, raise capital with long-term R&D timelines in mind, avoid over-reliance on short-term revenue, market positioning, target non-consumer markets like smart factories, where geopolitical concerns may have less impact. LeapFive Technology operates in a high-risk, high-reward environment. To succeed, the company must manage extreme supply chain complexity, master chip design without full access to global tools, leverage the Risk-V ecosystem for independence, build world-class talent domestically, navigate global politics with agility. LeapFive's journey is a case study in innovation under constraint. With strategy, adaptability, and perseverance, it may emerge as one of the rare 2% that not only survives, but thrives. Thank you for watching the Case Study Learning Series in International Business by Skilled MBA.